Om Sri Sai Ram. My humble pranams to the lotus feet of our Swami. Today's topic is hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. A well known proverb that can actually be put into action and is easy to understand. Hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. In this context, Swami gives this graphic description for a certain kind of devotees of modern times. A man was in his puja room meditating on God, chanting Om Namah Shivaya. In between, he calls his wife, Manjula, has the washerman come? Then he continues chanting Om Namah Shivaya. Then he starts again, Manjula, is the breakfast ready? And again he continued to chant Om Namah Shivaya. It is a vivid description that shows for the vast majority of people it is not possible to concentrate on God even for a few minutes. For such people, not to be wasting their time in apparent spiritual activities, service is the prescription. In our Indian culture, it is said, Paropakaram idam shariram. The body is given to serve others. In the 9 parts of devotion, Navavida Bhakti, one of the forms of service is Pada Sevanam, worship of the lotus feet. Service is prayer in action. Action is communion with God. In order that seva be properly done, it is essential that it should be done with love and humility. In depth, prayer and a constant prayerful attitude will fill you with love and humility. And therefore, for the service to be done properly, it must flow from God's grace arising out of prayer. Only then will you be able to provide selfless, spontaneous service of the nature it deserves. Unless you have connection to the powerhouse, you can't have the electric light. So, prayer leads you to God Almighty, from where you get the faith and love. And with that armor, you can render effective, fruitful service. Mother Teresa has what she calls a business card, which she gives to those who come to her. The fruit of faith is prayer. The fruit of prayer is love. The fruit of love is service. Swami has also mentioned that Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad-Gita, any devotee has got to have these 3 attributes together. Mana, they always perceive the Lord and enjoy the bliss in His presence ever and keep Him in their mind. Tat Bhakti, intense devotion to the Lord, and Tat Siddhi, you are willing to give dedicated selfless service. Service is not a duty. Service is an opportunity. Service is a blessing. Service to fellow men is service unto myself. Serving with a sense of duty, there is a limitation about it. There is an obligation to do the service. Service is beyond that. Service is done absolutely, freely, voluntarily, unconditionally. Swami has also explained that desire for the result of action or expecting a return when you provide service amounts to Rajoguna. Because there is no faida, let us desist from taking action that is Tamoguna. Engaging in seva without looking at the outcome. Totally in detached sense is Sattvaguna. This distinction will also have to be combined. Many people complain that their troubles have not ended and God has shown no compassion towards them. They would well to learn a lesson from this example taken from Tapovanam. Vanaras of Ramayana were born as monkeys. Nevertheless, they served God as humble servants and gained relief from the cycle of birth and death. Having been blessed with God fortune of seeing God in their midst, human beings are by no means inferior to Vanaras. Why then do they not devote their lives to worship of God and meditation? It is not enough to remember God. One should enter heart and soul into divine activity. Hanuman and Vibhishana became good friends. One day, Vibhishana approached Hanuman in great distress and said, Hanuman, how fortunate you are. Every day you do smaran of Lord Rama and have fully earned Rama's grace. No doubt, I too have been doing smaran of Sri Rama for a long time, but I am not blessed with the opportunity of seeing Lord Sri Rama. Hanuman explained the position. You are no doubt doing smaran of Sri Rama, but did you ever participate in Sri Rama's activities? How can you earn Rama's grace without doing that? It is now a full 10 months since Devi Sita has been in Lanka. Did you ever console her and try to alleviate her suffering? Did you meet her and have her darshan even once? Did you ever think of some way to relieve her agony? If you had done any of this, it would have amounted to service to Lord Rama. You have failed to avail of the fine opportunity that has come your way. As for me, I have dedicated my life to Sri Rama, chanting Sri Rama's name with my mouth and doing Lord Rama's work with my hands. While describing the above discourse between the two devotees of Lord Rama, Swami conclude, therefore, our conduct should always be Ram in heart, Kam in hand. Dil mein Ram, haath mein Kam. Life dedicated to these two principles is truly fulfilled. Swami once said, you are not doing service for others, you are doing it always for yourselves, to the God in you, the God who is equally present in others.
दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा साईं मेरा मैं तेरा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा साईं मेरा मैं तेरा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा साईं मेरा मैं तेरा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा ये प्रेम की बहती धारा मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा मेरा साईं प्रसन्न होगा दीन दुखियों से प्रेम करो मेरा साई प्रसन्न होगा.
I offer this speech and bhajan to the lotus feet of our Swami and seek his blessings and pardon me for my mistakes. Jai Sai Ram.